Hey you, the person behind the screen that's looking at me right now. What are you doing? Why are you here? Is it that you just really want to see me, or do you want me to talk about today's video? What you clicked on? Well, there's probably a lot going through your mind right now, and I'm pretty sure you're wondering, 001, why is your hair so goddamn fluffy? Or, where's the video I clicked on? Well, you see, it seems like you have been clickbaited today. There's no episode 5 review video, and there's nothing else, too. You see, I have manipulated all of you people into clicking my video today. And with this power, I can deceive the world. I can bring chaos and ruin to everywhere. Chaos and invade! Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Hello Lab members and Steins fans, there's one here, and I want to be a little bit more serious before we start talking about other things. I have not been feeling well lately, and that's the reason why we haven't had a video in this time yet, because, well, this is still just a hobby for me, something I just enjoy doing. And if you're feeling really bad, and if you're really down, then you just don't want to do these kind of things. And, like, again, this is not my job. I don't have a forced schedule or something, so I didn't feel like doing anything, so I didn't do anything. Even though we do have the weekly uploads of Steins Zero now, so I kind of feel forced to do that, which is something I shouldn't feel, because again, this is not even a job. But besides that, yeah, it's just not fun doing it when you're not feeling well. And you know, my hair's been a fluffy hella mess lately as well. If you can see, it's what is this? So I've been struggling with that. So I'm gonna cut my hair a lot shorter soon. But that aside, it is Mother's Day today, and I'm a horrible human being. So of course I haven't done anything for Mother's Day. And I just wanna do it on video. Do something, right? So, Mom, I know you're watching this. You watch all my videos. Thanks for doing what you do. I mean, I've seen a lot of different families, and you do way more for me than you should be doing. And it's spoiling me a little bit, especially with me going to Japan and all that, and basically sponsored by you guys, so, you know. Thank you for everything, and keep staying awesome. I love you. And I haven't actually watched episode 5 yet, guys, so I'm going to do that right now, and with the power of editing, I'm going to talk about it after the intro. Welcome back, Lab members. I just watched episode 5 with Kaiba, and episode 5 was really good, and I won't have a lot to say in this video because it followed the visual novel pretty much spot on. But that aside, there's still a small amount of differences I want to point out. So we start out with the introduction of Mueka. Now, we all know that in Alpha World Land she wasn't the sweetest girl, and Okabe's still really paranoid about that, but Daru brought her in to help her find Kagari. Now, she gives him her business card, just like in the visual novel, and they talk about Kagari in general, and again, this follows the visual novel pretty damn well. I think it's pretty fun that in Beta World Land she has connections with Daru, while in Alpha World Land she has connections with Okabe, so either way he's still stuck with her. Now, besides that, we have a little scene of her leaving the building, and we see Tennoji and Nae going in on a car trip or something, and Mr. Brown is my favorite character, so that was a nice addition to this episode. Short but cute. And after that, we transition over to Maho trying to crack Kurisu's laptop. Now, her laptop was introduced previous episode, but now they're trying to push it more into the story. And after that, she had a conversation with Leskinen. Now, here's the little difference. Leskinen was actually not wearing his lab coat in this episode, while in the visual novel, he wears a lab coat over his outfit. After that, they have a little conversation, and she tells Leskinen that she's going to Akiba. And Leskinen pretty much just says, hey, you can just tell me that you're going to Okabe, you know? And she wants to be a little Tsun, because she's a little wannabe Kurisu, and she says, no, I'm not going to Okabe. Well, maybe if I'm in the area, but I wasn't planning to, you know, being a little tsundere. And after that, we transition back to Mueka. So from the point of Maho being in Akiba until her stressing so much that she ends up calling Okabe, this actually happens before the report in the visual novel, but besides that, it follows it pretty much awesomely. Even the voice lines, again, spot on. So we go back to Maho, and she thinks she's been followed, and she's stressing out, so she ends up running away and calling Okabe. And Okabe, of course, with him being paranoid as hell, he comes for the rescue with his little lightsaber, and he runs up to Maho, and he tries to save her from Rei's evil grip. But surprise, Rei isn't a bad person. Now, we introduce Okabe to Rei, and Rei asks, hey, are you Maho's boyfriend? And he says, yeah, in the anime, which in the visual novel, he's just stumbling until she hugs him. But in the anime, he pretty much confirmed that he is Maho's boyfriend, which was pretty funny. After the big hug, you have this scene where they just show you Rei and how she looks like. And this is an exact scene from the visual novel, even the same pose, so that was pretty cool. Now after that, they go back to lab, and this is where it changes a little bit, because they have this entire conversation on the rooftop about how Kurisu is just data, and he knows that's not the real Kurisu, but it's still Kurisu and still has feelings, blah blah blah. And that actually didn't happen like that in the visual novel. They all stay inside and all that, but again, it did follow it pretty neatly until we have Rurikako coming in being like, hey, I brought you someone. Now, big surprise, they're wearing more clothing than the visual novel. I know. So in the anime, they're wearing pretty much exactly the same outfits that they're wearing in the visual novel, but they're wearing jackets over them because they were outside, of course. While in the visual novel, they don't have that because, you know, obvious reasons. So here's something I really liked. We have the personal introduction of Kagari. And while she's introduced, they play Christina. And if you guys don't know, Christina is one of the theme songs for Kurisu. And this is played in the visual novels pretty heavily, and it's a song that has a lot of emotion behind it. And if you've played the visual novel, it has impact. So when she comes in and Christina starts playing and Okabe's in shock, you feel it too. You really feel it too as a visual novel player, and it's a really good feeling. It was a good surprise, and he's like, Kurisu, and then he finds out it's not Kurisu because it's Kagari. And then Kagari sits down, they have a little conversation, and then the episode ends pretty much. And that was it. It felt short, I know, but a lot of things happened and a lot of good things, and I actually really enjoyed this episode, so I'm being excited for episode 6. But I think that's all we could talk about. So there's a little bit of clothing differences, a little bit of different placements or different areas that we don't see in the visual novel, and that's about it. They did a really good job on this episode, and I enjoyed this hella much. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys after episode 6 is released. El Psy Akonguru.